Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ilya Bella here. I do code and stuff on YouTube. Check the description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a big thumbs up to support it. And this is called Design Circular Queue. Design your implementation of the circular queue. The circular queue is a linear data structure in which the operations are performed based on FIFO, first in first out principle, and the last position is connected back to the first position to make a circle. It's also called ring buffer. One of the benefits of the circular queue is that we can make use of the spaces in front of the queue. In a normal queue, once the queue becomes full, we cannot insert that next element even if there is a space in front of queue. But using the circular queue, we can use the space to store new values. Your implementation should support following operations. Initialize your data structure, just constructor, set the size of the queue to bk, front, get the front item from the queue, if the queue is empty, return -0, rare, get the last item from the queue, if the queue is empty, return -1, and queue, insert an element into the circular queue, return true if the operation is successful, the queue, delete an element from the circular queue, return true if the operation is successful. Is empty, checks whether the circular queue is empty or not. Is full, checks whether queue is full or not. Well, you can see here like the example, right? Note all values. Alright, please don't use the built-in queue library. Well, let's start coding. I'll explain it to you. First, if you initialize, you set up few variables. You say first private int data, the array which will contain all the data in that queue, and you say private int size of that queue, count to count the insert, like to count the element which are to count the elements which are inserted at that queue, right? So like tail and head. Here you need to initialize your data structure, so you say size equals to k, data equals to new integer k, next you say count equals to 0, tail equals to 0. We will be inserting an elements at the tail, right? And then we say head equals to size -1. In queue, first off, you need to check if it's full or not. If it's full, that means we cannot insert an element into that queue here, so we return false. If it's not, we say data equals to data tail. We inserted the tail of that queue value, and we need to increment tail as well, so we say tail +1, and in order to get to the right index, to make sure that we're within bounds, we say hope you know that trick, like you say module size, and we increment count by 1 because we just successfully inserted that element into that queue, and return true. Here we check if it's empty, we cannot delete an element from that queue, so we just return false. We say head head plus 1 module size to get to the right index, and count minus minus, return true as well. Yeah, that's it. Next you say get the front item from the queue. To do that, you check if it's empty, you automatically return -1. If it's not, you say data head plus 1 and module size. Yeah. Here get the last item from the queue. You also check if it's empty, then there is no item, so you just return -1. Otherwise you say tail -1, and here you need to add size to get to the right index, because suppose there is situation where like hold up, like tail, if tail equals to 0, then 0 minus 1 will be 0, and if size like suppose just 8, then it will be -1. That's not right, so we just say plus size plus 8, that will be 7, and 7 will be the last index and that array, right? So if size is 8, so that's just, you need to remember about that. Here you say is empty, then you return count equals to 0. Is full, then return count equals to the size of the queue. That's the whole problem. Let's make sure that I've done no mistake, and I'll explain it to you one more time. Here we create a few variables, new like data, the array which will contain the data of the queue, initialize our data structure. Then we check is if it's full, return false. We insert the value that queue, and we also increment tail by 1, count by 1, return true. Here if it's empty, return false, head +1. Need to do that when we do the queue. Count -1, return true. Here we say if it's empty, then we return -1. Otherwise we return data head +1 module size to get the right index. Here if it's empty, also return -1 and return data tail -1 plus size. I already explained it to you why we do that. And if it's empty, we return count equals to 0 and count equals to size in here. Well, let's run this code. there we go. Submit. First try. Hope that works. Yes, success. Uh, Congratulations. Just whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Just whatever. Give me a big thumbs up to support my channel. I just started, you know. So if you got any questions or just whatever, leave your comments below. I'll read that, and have a beautiful day. Have a nice day. Do your best and forget the rest. Bye.